Namaste everyone. Welcome back. Now we are here on the second session. Today's second session will be discussing on other feelings. We discussed about trust and respect. So here actually we are addressing the issues like competition. Everywhere we hear this term competition. You have to be the best. You need to excel. So we'll think about that, how this competition is affecting our life. And we can also say something about infatuation. There are many issues there in the campus related to love, breakups. All of you are more aware about that. So we'll discuss about that also. Are we ready for the discussions? Can I get some responses? Yes, Samarth, I can see the message. What about others? All of you are back after your dinner, after your bio break. Can we start the session? Kirtana has responded. Rakhav, Dipali. Nice. Jayalakshmi, Chandan. Very nice. We'll start the session. Yesterday, when we were discussing about the feelings, we started our discussion with trust. Today, we discussed about respect also. When I am able to see that other has a natural acceptance to make me happy and prosperous, irrespective of my competence. I feel assured of the other. I'll be having trust on the other person. With this trust on intention, I will be able to rightly evaluate the other person. When I am interacting with the other person, I will be able to rightly evaluate the other person. We discussed about respect. When you are rightly evaluated, you feel respected. So in our mutual interaction, if you are able to see this trust and respect, it will help us in developing our relationship. Are you able to see that this trust and respect are the basis of any relationship? What do you think about this? We just discussed about trust and respect. It is very significant. Trust is the foundation value. And with this trust, if I am able to rightly evaluate the person, I feel I feel related to the person. So what do you think about this? With this feeling of relationship, I am able to see that other is my relative. That is what is called as affection. Accepting the other as one's relative. So first we need to assure trust, respect. With this feeling of complementarity after right evaluation of competence on the basis of the self. When I am evaluating the other, I will be able to see the complementarity between me and the other person. So I feel related to the other person. It's a natural outcome, this feeling of relatedness. So we will be having a responsibility towards the other person. Are you able to see this? When I see a person, I am able to see this relatedness. I feel responsible for the other person. One has the responsibility and commitment for mutual fulfillment in relationship. Are we able to see this? Usually in our family, parents and children, very evident feeling, affection is there. Parents will be having a feeling of responsibility towards the children. Children also will be able to see this feeling between friends. This continuity of affection can only be possible when trust and respect are assured. So those are the basic things. If those feelings are assured, I will be having a continuity of affection. So what happens when there is no affection in the relationship? When there is no affection, oh, one moment. I did something wrong. Just one moment. Yeah. When there is no affection in the relationship, means we feel opposed, we feel jealous. You just think about some incidents happening in the class. You and your friend, both of you are studying together. We're doing this combined study. And when after the exam, one of your friend is getting better marks than you, what will be the feeling? If you are having a feeling of jealous, if you are jealous about your friend, is there any affection? Is there any relatedness? On the other hand, you have a feeling of responsibility towards your friend. That means you have the affection towards your friend. When your friend is getting higher marks than you won't consider it as an issue. You also feel happy because he is your relative. Are we able to see this? In reflections, I think we have a poll here. Let me check. Baya, do we have a poll here?
No, Didi.
Okay. So we can also connect it with the issues happening in the campus, like ragging. When newcomers are coming to campus, most of you are now in the second year or third year, waiting for the first years. So if there is a lack of affection, the result will be somewhat in the form of ragging. When we are not able to see the relationship with the newcomers, then we may tease them, make fun of them just for the sake of fun. Just one moment. I need to switch off my phone. Yeah. So this thing can happen when we are not able to see the relatedness with our classmates, with our juniors. So ragging is a common issue in most of the campuses. So what is the reason? We are not able to see the relatedness with the newcomers. You can also think about some incidents happened with you when you were uh, in the first year. Are you able to recall how was your feeling when someone was hurting you? For how many days, months, years it disturbed you? So what do you think about this? Is it wise, a normal mental status to seek enjoyment by hurting others? Can I get some responses here from you? Anything to share? Yeah, I can see one hand raise. Ujjwal, you have the mic. Kunal Ujjwal.
Good evening, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste. Namaste, Kunal.
I am in second year, so I didn't get ragged. But when I was a kid, I was bullied a lot by other kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very stressed, and I feel like I don't wanna go to school because I don't know why they bullied me. They hate me, or they just actually made fun of me to laugh. I'm just for them. I'm just like a thing to just get laugh something. So I didn't understand their motive, but I really feel hurt by them.
Hmm.
I also doesn't like those classmates of mine who bullied me, but still I made my character so now no one can bully me. I made
Okay.
myself this strong.
Nice. You
Yes,
uh, you were able to come out of that feeling.
yes, ma'am.
But are you able to see that if someone is bullying you, they are not having a feeling of relationship with a feeling of opposition?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it
Like
naturally acceptable?
no, ma'am.
No. Yes. So we can think about the other side. If there is a feeling of affection, what will be our behavior? You just think about the situation when some of your relatives are visiting your home. So, how do you feel when a relative or friend comes to your family? We feel happy about it. We'll be keeping many things for them. We'll be doing many things. We'll be waiting for them. And with a feeling of relationship, with a feeling of affection, when they are there at our home, we'll be sharing our things with them. So will you be able to see that ragging is lack of affection? What do you think about this? If we have a feeling of affection, instead of ragging, there will be a meaningful interaction. We feel happy about their visit. We want to share many things with them and also listen from them. This exchange of feelings and words satisfy all of us. It will help us in our relationship. Here we feel connected to them. That is why this meaningful interaction is happening between me and my relative. But on the other hand, in the campus, we consider ourselves as special. We consider ourselves as seniors. So juniors are coming to us. So we need to show them something. Accordingly, our behavior will be different. We are not able to see that relatedness. So what do you think about this? Yes, we have a poll also. What is naturally acceptable to you? This meaningful interaction or ragging? Can we have some discussions here? Any reflections? And if you want to say something, you can raise your hand. Yes, Rakho, you have the mic with you.
Jai Hind, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Namaste, Rakho.
Namaste, ma'am. Ma'am, we have understood that the ragging is due to lack of affection to our junior ones.
Mm-hmm.
And ma'am, can we say that it is due to the seniors have the feeling of insecurity inside their minds, which leads to the loss of identity to them, which
Mm-hmm.
leads to ragging. Matlab, more than affection, it can be the loss of identity or insecurity to the seniors.
Okay. So loss of they are having a feeling of insecurity or fear. When it happens, when you are having a natural feeling of relationship, will there be any feeling of fear? Will there
No,
be
ma'am.
any insecurity? Are you able to get my question, Raghu?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are able to see a feeling of relationship between you and your senior or you and your junior, there won't be
Any conflict.
there won't be any conflicts. There won't be any insecurity. You just want to collaborate with each other. So that case, between you and your junior, only meaningful interaction will happen.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
able to see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Nice, Raghu. Yeah, we have that question here. Yeah, the poll results, 94% of you are able to see that. Meaningful interaction is naturally acceptable to you. That means ragging is lack of affection and it is not naturally acceptable. Very nice. So what can be done? Yeah, I think the results were shared. So what can be done? We have one more hand raise. Patil Jayashri Satish. You want to say something? Yeah, so we move ahead. So meaningful interaction and ragging, if we compare it, welcoming a healthy interaction is a must because we are here in the campus for next 4 years. So if we are able to have a better relationship with our juniors or with our seniors, we'll be able to do many collaborative projects. We'll be able to do many things together. We can be complementary to each other. Are we able to see this? With the feeling of relationship, we'll be able to do many things together. So this meaningful interaction is very significant in our relationship, and we can also think about many ways to develop this interaction between seniors and juniors rather than ragging. Can I get some responses here? Because in most of the campuses, we are facing this issue. So if you are able to tell us some suggestions, we teachers will be able to implement it in the campus also. It can help many of your juniors. So do you have any suggestion to improve this meaningful interaction and to avoid this ragging? If you think that this ragging is not naturally acceptable, any of you want to say anything? Maybe you can think about the campus. There are many clubs. So they are in the clubs, nature club, many technical clubs, many activity clubs. So you can work together, seniors and juniors. They will be doing, they will be having collaborative activities. So that itself, yes, Shreya, want to say something? Yes, Shreya, you have the mic.
Uh, yes. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good
Ma'am,
evening, Shreya.
ma'am, in our college, we have this induction program for the newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
They come for like 15 days till 1 month. We have our senior years. We have a discipline committee.
Mm-hmm.
So they guide them throughout the college. Like they have a college tour. They have different introduction to societies, all the induction program which happens. And the discipline committee members, they take the first year students around with them and show them around and also protect them sort of from like ragging. So our college is very has strict ragging policies, and
Very
somehow
nice.
I feel that this has led to juniors meeting some really capable seniors who would be a part of them and also interacting with responsible members of other societies. So this is one of the ways in which a very much reduction in ragging has been seen in our college, and a good and an informative experience to the newcomers as they get to go around the college and learn about the college without the uneasiness of being new
Very
or
nice.
unwelcomed, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's very nice, Shreya. It is somewhat like the student buddy program, like the seniors are mentoring the juniors.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, Patil, Jayashree, you also want to say something related to this? Your hand was, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, Patil.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, robust anti-ragging committees is a institution should form a dedicated
Mm-hmm.
anti-ragging committee in the
Okay.
college.
Mm.
The anti-ragging committee is ragging in college.
Yeah, Jayashree, your voice is breaking. Yeah, I think there is anti-ragging committee in all the campuses. But they are
Yes,
in through, yeah, through we are imposing something. We are saying that if you rag the students, you will be getting punishment. So the is it the right way, or just through right understanding? If they are able to see that ragging through meaningful interaction, we can have a better relationship, and it will help in our own development. So what we need to do in such case to have this meaningful interaction? That was the question. Rako, want to say something more?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have to say that the person have the right understanding of the self and the others, mean communicating between selves of the both. So this will create the no to the ragging. We say no to the ragging, and
Mm-hmm.
according to me, in the school level only, means in the 12th, because after 12th the person will going to the college or doing some specific courses, then they will face this ragging or the meaningful interaction with their seniors. So at the school level, the mindset or the students should train by their teachers or by their mentors at the school levels, so that they are confident enough to handle all these and cope up out of the situation if they get up into the situations.
Yes. So that means what we are discussing here is that development of right understanding. If you have the right understanding about all these things, we'll be able to deal the situation by our own. That's what you may want to say, Raghav?
Yes, ma'am. I mean to say that USP must be learned to the
Started
students
from
in
the,
class 12. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, yes, from the school level. Yes, very nice. So that also can be an option, but we can think about, if you have the right understanding, you will be able to think about many other options to eradicate this ragging and to develop this meaningful interaction between the students. Yes, let us move ahead with this. So you can think about your own ways. So with a feeling of affection, first, we are ensuring trust and respect. So we are able to see this feeling of relatedness. That's what is called as affection. With this feeling of affection, we can work together for excellence. We can do collaborative things and we can work for excellence. What do you think about this? What is excellence? We all may have different perceptions about excellence. We all want to excel in life. So can we get some reflections here? What is excellence? Is it about being better than another in a particular area of life or something else? What is your opinion? We have a poll also here. Excellence, is it about being better than another in a particular area of life or something else? Because in the classroom, teachers are saying, oh, you did well. Excellent, your work is excellent. We used to hear such things. We used to get certain such appreciations. So what do you think about this? Being better than another, is that excellence or something else? I can see one hand raise. Let me give the mic. Yeah, Rudrani Akolkar. Yes, you have the mic.
Now?
Yes, Rudrani.
Yes, as you asked what is excellence, in my point of view, I wanted to say that from my childhood, I have been thinking that excellence is being better than your older version of yourself. Like being better in any area, or being better in studies, being better in harmony, being better at peace in by yourself, your older version. Like when we were young, we were nonchalant. We weren't at peace we are at peace like right now. So, by in my point of view, excellence is being better by yourself and better than
Okay.
yourself.
Very nice, very nice. So no comparison with anyone else. I just want to be better than me. That's what you say.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Anyway, we will look into that. Nice reflection, Rudrani. Let us see the poll result also, because we have one more poll here. Yeah, see, most of you are saying 87% saying that being better than another. Rudrani was saying that being better than me, what I was earlier. But here, most of you are saying that better than another. So there is a comparison happening between me and the other person. Is that good? If I am comparing me with someone else, what will happen? Will there be competition or collaboration? Every time I'm doing something and I'm comparing it with my friend and I'm worried about that. So what do you think about that? We also need to explore the program for excellence. Is it through competition or through collaboration? We have one more poll here. You just think about that. You were answering in a particular way in the previous question. And now you can connect it with this. If I am going to compare me with the other person, there will be competition. Is that good for me? Is that naturally acceptable for me? Being in competition, being in opposition, or do I want to be in relationship with everyone? If I am in relationship with everyone, I'll be able to do many things, collaborative things. So what is desirable? Competition or collaboration? Any of you want to reflect here?
I want to say something on
Yes,
this.
Kunal.
I think that like healthy competition is important.
Mm-hmm.
Like the competition should be healthy, not like he is doing so I am doing. It's like if he can do that, so I can. Like if my Mummy, if my friend is doing something or learning some new language, and told me that, bro, you should also try this language, it's so good, you can, it's so easy to learn, so you can learn this. So I said, okay, I
Kunal, we lost your voice.
the competition.
Yeah, in between we lost your voice, Kunal, but I understood. If you are saying that healthy competition, according to you, you think that if your friend is learning something, he is also motivating you to learn the same thing. Is that what you want to say, Kunal? Yeah. Yeah, that's what Kunal was saying. Maybe you can unmute and reply. But this is what I understood.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
sorry, wo my network problem happens.
Okay. Okay.
Where I stopped?
Yeah, Kunal, I'll just rephrase the thing what you are saying. If you want to, if your friend is learning something, he will be motivating you to learn the same thing, means both of you will be able to do it in a
Yes.
collaborative manner.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's what you consider as healthy competition.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we can call it as collaboration. No need to think about competition. So there is no competition, no healthy competition or no bad competition. We can give a different term. Okay. Anyway,
Okay,
you
ma'am.
think about that. Yeah, we have this poll also. So the program for excellence through competition, yeah, almost 50-50. I think you are a little bit confused about that. Here the result says 50% of them are saying that we want to be in competition, 50% saying that we want to do collaboration. Yeah, anyway, we'll see that. What is desirable? Let me get some responses. What is desirable for you? No poll, you can respond through the chat box. What is desirable for you? Competition or collaboration? You can write what is desirable for you according to your natural acceptance. You don't need to think about this question. You can just write A for competition and B for collaboration. Can we get some responses in the chat box? Yeah, collaboration. Most of the replies are for B, for collaboration. See, according to our natural acceptance, we don't want to be in competition. We want to be in collaboration. So we can think about excellence. If I want to excel in something, which is my desirable program? Is it through collaboration or through competition? So let us take this. If I want to, yeah, so we'll just see the proposal for excellence. Excellence is, she was also saying, I think it was Shreya, she was saying I don't remember the name exactly. Excellence is, I want to see a better person than me, a better self of me. So in the same way, we can see that excellence is understanding harmony and living in harmony in all levels. I want to be a better human being by understanding harmony. I want to have this continuity of happiness. That's my basic aspiration. How can I get that? By understanding harmony and living in harmony. That's the program. If I am able to do this, understanding harmony and living in harmony, the result will be continuous happiness. That is what is excellence. Now, mostly we are connecting excellence with skill. Are we able to see the difference? You are preparing a project. You are presenting a project. The teacher is saying excellent. She is referring to your skill. But excellence, what we are saying here is achievement of basic aspiration, continuous happiness. It can be possible through understanding harmony and living in harmony. At all four levels means individual level, family level, society, nature and existence. If I am able to see the harmony in all four levels and I am able to live in harmony in all four levels, that is excellence. Are we able to say that? See that? Making effort for excellence. All of us are making effort for the same thing. That's why we are attending all these workshops. We want to develop right understanding through different ways. So making effort for excellence and competing with other is not the same thing. Are you able to see that? If I want to see harmony in all these four levels, I won't be able to compete with any other person. Are you able to see the difference? In excellence, one helps to bring the other to his or her level. That is what we heard the example from, I suppose it was Kunal. He was saying that if his friend is learning something, he will motivate you to learn the same thing. That means he will be helping me because he has a feeling of relationship. He has an understanding of harmony in relationship. So we will work for that. But in competition, what we do? One avoids the other to come to his or her level. There will be a hindrance. Are we able to see that? We'll see, we will have more discussion on the same thing. And we can also discuss this feeling, reverence. That is also somewhat related to excellence. Reverence is the feeling of acceptance for excellence. If I am able to see that the other person, he has excellence because he is able to understand harmony and live in harmony, I will be having a feeling of reverence to that person. Sreshtata, reverence. So let me ask you this question. We can connect it with excellence. How many students in a class can understand? You just think that there are 50 students in your class. How many students in that 50 students strength, the class strength is 50. How many of them will be able to understand? Teacher is teaching something. Now also you can just think about this. I am delivering some content to you. What do you think? I can see more than many students are here. If there are 50 students in your class, how many of them will be able to understand the thing, what the teacher means, the potential to understand? How many of them will be having? Do you think all the students or only few students? What is your response? Can we get some response here? Yeah, Raghav is saying only 10% who are active listener. Few students? How many of them has the potential to understand? They may be listening not completely, they may be listening partially, then your answer is right. But if you think that, what about the potential? All of them are having the potential? Yes. So are you able to see that? All of us, we all are having the potential to understand. But what about this second question? How many students can come first in the class? We have the same potential. That's what Rudrani is saying. Yeah. Second question, how many of them can come first in the class? Only one. Are you able to see the difference? So if you want to excel, all of you have the potential to excel. But if you want to become something special, only one can become special. So what is desirable? To become special or to become excellent? What is your response? What do you prefer? To become special or to become excellent? Any response here? Any reflections? Yes, I can see Amok is writing excellent. Dipali is writing special. Rudrani special. Sneha to be excellent. Kirtana special. So we can see mixed response. Let us have more discussions. I think you are a little bit confused. We will more discuss about this. So what is special and what is excellence? So let us discuss this. I hope you are able to see this. Competing to be special. I want to be special. So what will be your feeling all the time? I am special. I have to be above others. So what will be my feeling? There are 50 students in my class. I want to be special. So most of the time, maybe all the time, I will be having a feeling of opposition towards others. Is it good? I prevent the other to come to my level. This will happen when I will be having a feeling of being special. So if I have some material for studying, I won't share it with them. I won't make effort to increase the competence of my friend. I just want to differentiate me as special. So every time I'll be having this feeling of opposition. I operate on the basis of preconditioning. I over-evaluate or under-evaluate myself. If I consider all others, they are not good as me. I may be over-evaluating me. Sometimes I may under-evaluate me also. Then what will happen in that case? I will go into depression. When I am over-evaluating me, I will be in ego. So this ups and downs will happen in your life in that case with this feeling of competition. Every time we will try to compare ourselves with others. So we will be having a feeling of opposition. So every time I am dictated by the other. Other is my reference. Do you think that it is good when the other is my reference? Or do I want to be self-referential? What is your opinion? Do I want to be self-referential? So this is what happens when I want to consider myself as special. This is what happens in all competitions. But on the other hand, if all of us are working for excellence, we'll be able to see the relatedness with the other. Other is like me. We are complementary to each other. With this feeling, we'll be able to do more collaborative works. I help the other to come to my level. I make the effort to learn from the other with a feeling of relationship because I am operating on the basis of natural acceptance. I do right evaluation of myself. I'm not going for over evaluation or under evaluation. I will be doing right evaluation. So no ups and downs. Every time I am self-referential. I will be having a feeling of self-confidence. So what do you think about this? We want to be special or we want to excel? Let me ask the question again. You can respond after this discussion because earlier we were having a mixed response. What is your response now? Do you want to be special or do you want to excel? Can we get some responses? To be excellent, Sneha is saying. Sachin is saying excellence. Nice. Amitesh is also saying excellence. Dipali, she has changed. Excellence, excellence. Shreya, excellence. Nice. So why we are saying excellence? In excellence, I am able to see other as my relative with a feeling of relationship. I will be working according to my natural acceptance. I am self-referential. Continuity of happiness is possible. That is my desirable state. So we'll take one more example. Okay. So can you see the difference? Which way do you choose to go? The same question we asked. Now we'll take one more example. You just take your classroom A and classroom B. So what is there in classroom A? Competition oriented. Everyone is with that competitive mentality. Classroom B, excellence oriented. Okay, you just think about this. We have two classrooms, A and B. A is competition oriented and B is excellence oriented. Both classes have a topper scoring 90%. Okay. So in class A, the topper is having 90%. Class B also the topper is having 90%. But do you think that both of them will be behaving in the same manner? Class A is competition oriented. So what the topper will be doing? Topper doesn't share learning with the classmates because everyone is with this competition feeling. But in the other hand, in classroom B, topper shares learning freely with the classmates because they are able to see this feeling of relationship. They are working on the basis of natural acceptance. Topper will be learning remaining 10% from outside sources and does not share the source with others because he or she will be having a feeling of competition all the time. So he may be collecting materials from outside, but he won't be sharing it with others because severe competition is happening in the class. I want to be special. I want to become the topper. I don't want to help my friends to come to my level. But in classroom B, what happens? If he's learning something from outside, he will be sharing it with others because the entire class is moving ahead with a feeling of relationship, with an understanding of natural acceptance. So we can see this collaborative effort in the class. So what will happen in the environment of comparison? So earlier, Raghu was explaining the same thing when we were discussing this affection. We'll be having an insecurity feeling. We'll be having a feeling of fear, feeling of failure. So we'll start pulling each other down. This will happen in a competitive environment. But on the other hand, with a feeling of relationship, feeling of collaboration, excellence, everyone will be caring for others. Everyone will be sharing the things with others. We will try to help others, uplifting each other. Are you able to see the difference between both the classes? Can I get some responses? Are you able to see the difference between A and B? I'm not able to get any response. What do you think about this? Are you able to see the difference between both the classes? Yes, Kunal is saying yes. Sneha also said yes. What if we can respond? Yes, Anjali, yeah. Nice. If you're able to see the difference between A and B, we can have some reflections here. In which class will more students be developed? A or B? where we'll be able to see more students. We all have the potential for excellence. One classroom is working in a feeling of relationship, working with an understanding of excellence. Other classroom, we can see this competition. In which classroom will more students be developed? In which classroom will students feel it easy to study? In which class will the teacher feel comfortable? As a teacher, I can also tell you the answer, but we'll see your responses first. In which class would parents like to send their children? Which class students will think for society, for nature? Which class will produce better human beings? Last question, what kind of class do want this class to be, A or B? What is your selection? You want to be in A or B? You can respond through the chat box. And if anyone want to share, class B, yeah, Kunal want to share something. Yes, Kunal. You have the mic. Many of you have the mic. Yeah, we have a poll also. What is naturally acceptable to you? Competition oriented or excellence oriented? You can respond in between. We can have some reflections. We can have some. Rago, yes, you have the mic.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we are seeing that most of us will go to the classroom B.
Nice.
But
Why?
ma'am, because the overall holistic development of the person, not as a person, but as a all over personality, will be developed. But ma'am, in my class 12, till my class 12th, I see that the school bifurcate between bottomers and toppers, and this will give a rise to the competition. Means classroom A will be created all over the India.
Yes.
We want B, but now state is we are in the classroom A, but we want B.
Yes. Yeah, what you said is very right, Raghav. Our desired state is we want to be in classroom B. Our natural acceptance is we want to be in classroom B. But what is happening at present? We are not aware about our natural acceptance. That is why all of us, everywhere, not in India, outside also we can see that most of us are oriented towards classroom A because we are not able to see this natural acceptance. Are you able to get it?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what is desirable? We can be aware all the time. We can be aware about our natural acceptance. And accordingly, if we are able to move ahead, we will be able to reach that stage of excellence. Are you able to get it?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yes, nice. Yeah, we have the poll result. What is naturally acceptable to you? Now we can say that 66% they are able to see excellence oriented. 34% saying about the competition. Yeah, they can keep it open and they can think about the question. If you have any reflections, you can raise your hand and you can reflect upon why you are thinking that competition oriented is your preference. Okay, shall we move ahead with this discussion? I think the time is also short. Yeah, we are running short of time. We'll go to the next feeling. Very beautiful feeling, gratitude. Feeling for those who work for our excellence. What is gratitude? All of us are very much aware about this feeling. There are many people who are working for our excellence. We have the feeling towards them, for those people who are working for my excellence. It is gratitude. How many people are there? You can think about them. I can see that other has a feeling of care, affection, trust in behavior with me. I can also see that other has helped me in developing right understanding and right feeling in me. has provided me with necessary physical facility. You just think about your parents. They are providing you all physical facilities. They are providing you care, guidance, trust, affection, all the feelings, providing you the right understanding. Do we have a feeling of gratitude towards them? Is it only towards your parents? What about your teachers? They are helping you in developing your right understanding. They are guiding you. Do you have a feeling of gratitude towards them? Are we able to see this? What about our friends? What about our neighbors? Are we able to see this feeling of gratitude towards them? Are we able to see that gratitude is significant in the development of relationship? Yeah, we have a poll also. It's significant in the development of relationship. You can respond in between any reflections. If you remember, if you want to share some experience related to this feeling of gratitude, that also you are very much welcome. Others will be able to connect it. Yeah, Raghav has some comments. Very nice.
Ma'am, I want to share one of my experience. Matlab, it just happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, my mother cooked dal for me, and it was a little bit more salty. But I said to the mom that, Mom, the dal is fine. The person who are in the roads or out of the roads are not even getting the dal. Especially, I am getting the food which is salty, but okay, it's the loved of your hands. And the hostelers are not getting the food. So I feel gratitude that I am having the food, unless it's salty, but it's tasty and it's full of love.
Very nice, Raghav. Every day your mother is cooking. One day it is little bit more salty, means you're not worried about that because you know the importance. You know the difference. Yes, very nice. Very nice, Raghav. Yes, Shreya, you have also the mic.
Yes, ma'am, I would also like to share that Raghav's reflection made me remember of this one habit I have. I
Mm-hmm.
always go around, not go around, but I always say a thank you in many of the situations to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Be it the smallest thing like somebody sharing a pen with me, or I even say a thank you to my mother every time I get food. I'm like, thank you so much. You are like providing me with food.
Very
So
nice.
my friends say that you don't need to say a thank you to me, but I say that it's just like I tell them this that I even say a thank you to my mother for like giving me food. So I'm like, you're my friends, guys. I so like gratitude comes by a lot and lot to me. So
Very
much
nice.
that you know to be grateful to even the nature for being there and supporting life. It's
Very
like
nice, Shreya. Very
yes,
nice.
ma'am.
Very nice reflection. We are having that feeling of gratitude and we are expressing it to others. Very nice. It is very significant in the development of every relationship. Very nice. Yeah, we can see the same reflection here. All of you, almost all of you, 97% is able to see that gratitude is significant. Yeah, we'll just take some more examples on gratitude. Let us go ahead. Yeah. So gratitude for all the help we receive. Just now we heard some reflections from Raghav, Shreya. So we can, all of you can think about that. Many people are helping us, our family, friends, teachers, society, nature. We heard the same reflection. You can do this exercise, I would say. You just think about this. Make a list of your needs that you are using throughout the day. We need food, we need shelter, we need clothing, many things. You make a list of it. For example, food. See the people. So the second step is you just think about the people and natural environment which are immediately responsible to fulfill this need. For example, if your mother is cooking chapati, dosha, something like that. Meal. Are you able to see the feeling of gratitude? That is the first level. Then you can think about the next level. We are directly able to see this person. My mother is cooking every day. Just now Raghav was saying the same thing. And Shreya was also repeating the same thing. I say thank you to my mom. But is your mom alone, or are there many people behind her to bring you this meal? Where we are getting these grains to cook rice? Who is cultivating it? Are we aware about the farmers? Are we aware about the truck driver who is transporting it to the shop? Are we aware about the shopkeeper? Are we aware about our parents who are bringing it to our home? What about the plate? Who is manufacturing this plate? Many people are working behind that. That is the next level. A single plate of meal, when we are thinking about that, superficially, I am only able to see my mother behind that. But how many people are behind that? Can you count the total number of people who are directly or indirectly involved in ensuring just one meal for you? Think about that. You just take it as an exam exercise and write it down in your book. Not now, maybe later. It will help you in developing that significant feeling, gratitude towards the entire nature. You just think about that. Can money provide it? We can buy it. We can buy everything. But do you think that if you have enough money, if these people are not around you, will you be able to get it? Who will be working in the shop? Who will be transporting it? Who will be working in the field? Who will be cooking it? Ramachandran, want to say something? I can provide you the mic. Oh, now he's missing. Any of you want to say something on this? Any reflections? Yeah, Shreya, you can.
Ma'am, this feeling of gratitude, like exactly this feeling of gratitude uh, has made me come to such a point that I'm not able to throw away any food, like anything I take in my plate, and even a single grain of rice, it counts, like it matters to me. Why? Because
Yes.
to grow that grain, I mean, my brain goes like, so much has been done. So it teaches the value of resources to such a point that you won't be able to waste anything, because the manpower and like the way nature has worked to bring it to your table, that would matter so much more than any money you spend on it.
Very nice. Very nice reflection. Very nice, Shreya. See, we can have some more self-reflections here. Check whether you have a feeling of gratitude for those who made effort for you in your life. We can relate it with the example what Rekha was saying just now. You think about the first one. Are you able to appreciate both what has been done as well as what has not been done? Or are you mostly focused on what has been done? Take the same example what Raghav was saying. Every day my mom is cooking food for me. One day little bit more salt. If I am getting angry on that, what I am focusing? I am focusing only on what has not been done. What is desirable? A or B? You can respond. Respond fast. We don't have much time. You can respond. Yes, Kunal is saying A. Himanshu, want to say something? Quick reflection. Yes, Himanshu, you have the mic. Yes, Himanshu, you can unmute. You have the mic, Himanshu. Okay. Yeah, able to appreciate both what has been done as well as what has not been done. You can respond to the poll. We can, in between, I'll go ahead. Or if you can respond to the poll, and we can see this, take the next reflection also. Do you have a feeling of gratitude for the other continuously? Or the feeling of gratitude comes and goes. When my mother is cooking food, delicious food, every time I'm happy. But one day, if she's not there, I won't feel gratitude. Is it like that? What is your answer here? A or B? You can respond. Coming and going, or we have a continuous feeling of gratitude. Nice. Most we are able to see that we have that continuous feeling of gratitude. We have one more reflection. Yeah, I can see one more hand raise. Who is that? Yeah, Suben Raj, but Suben is not there now. We'll go to the next reflection. Are you making effort for ensuring the right feelings in yourself and expressing them to the other? Or are you expecting these feelings from the other? You just think about the question. What is your opinion about this? Am I making any effort for ensuring the right feelings within me and expressing it to the other? Or every time I am expecting the feeling from the other? A or B? What is your opinion? A. Sneha is saying A. Sachin is saying A. So in all these reflections, we can see, yeah, your answer is the same. We want to appreciate for what has been done. And this feeling of gratitude is continuous. We have to ensure the right feelings within us. So let us go ahead. So there is an assignment also. Quickly, I'll read the assignment. This you can do later at home. Write a letter to one person for whom you have a feeling of gratitude. You can think about anyone. You don't need to do it now. Maybe later at home, you can do this. It could be your grandparent, parent, sibling, brother, sister, teacher, friend, anyone. Recall all they have done for your development, for your excellence. If you recall something that that they could not do, write them also down separately. They were able to do this, but this she was not able to do. That also, if you are able to remember, you write it separately. You don't need to submit this assignment. You can do it later at home. Then you will get the feeling what others are doing for us. So we were discussing about this excellence. Excellence is understanding harmony and living in harmony in all four levels: individual, family, society, nature. So we'll move ahead. We can have one more reflection here. All of you need to respond. Verify on the basis of your natural acceptance. If you want to be related to none, do you want to be related to none? Can I get the reflection here? Do you want to be related to none? What do you think about this? No. We'll answer one by one. Do you want to be related to none? No. We want to be related to. So that if you are saying that I don't want to be related to none, anyone means I am in opposition. Are you able to see that? I am in opposition. The feeling of being related to none, in opposition to all. If I am saying that I want to be related to one, many, that is affection. We already discussed affection. Feeling of being related to the other, it is affection. It can be towards one person, it can be towards many people. But if you have a feeling of relatedness to everyone, we call it as love. The feeling of being related to all, complete value. When we started with trust, we were saying that trust is foundation value, love is complete value. The feeling of being related to all. But is that the same meaning we are giving to love nowadays? Do you have a different opinion about love? Let us check that also. We have different assumptions related to love. Excitement is confused for feeling. Sometimes we may be misunderstanding. We may be having some misunderstandings about love. Sensation, in the form of sensation. Getting or taking from the other. We consider it as a love. Through the sense organs, whatever we are getting. Through touch, I am able to get a feeling. I may consider it as love. Continuity is not possible. Are you able to see that? It's not love. It is only an excitement. And also sometimes in the form of infatuation. Assuming other to be a source of happiness. This we can see mostly everywhere in the campus. Love at first sight. Are you able to connect it with your experience and maybe your friend's experience? Many stories there in the campus. Love at first sight, maybe in the movies. We have seen it many times. Do you think that the continuity is possible if there is no right understanding? Only on the basis of assumptions. Then the continuity is not possible. Sometimes they may be having a feeling, a preconditioning. Now I am 18, now I am 21. By this age, I at least need to have one boyfriend or girlfriend. My friends are having many boyfriends and girlfriends. So I also need to have many boyfriends and girlfriends. Do you have this preconditioning within you? Anytime you came across with such preconditioning from your friends, anyone? So what do you think about this? Continuity is not possible. All these are not real love. Then what is love? Love, the feeling of love, in this perspective of right understanding, in line with natural acceptance, it is the relatedness to everyone, the feeling of being related to all. When I have the feeling of being related to the other, I feel responsible towards the other. So if I have the feeling of being related to all, I feel responsible towards all. So that case, continuity is possible, naturally acceptable. So I'll be able to ensure the continuity. So for having this feeling with right understanding, trust, respect, affection, care, guidance, everything need to be ensured within. Then only continuity is possible. Without ensuring all these feelings, how the continuity is possible? Like love at first sight. I have seen that person. Then I am having a feeling. We can call it as an infatuation. That case, continuity may be missing. But after assuring all these feelings with right understanding, if I am able to see my relatedness to everyone, I can assure the continuity. So which option is naturally acceptable to you? A, B, or C? Quick reflection through the chat box. Not able to take any poll. Yeah. Sania is saying C. Raghav is saying C. Sneha is saying C. Patil has some Jayashri. Patil Jayashri has some doubt. Yeah. All of you are able to see that. Nice. We will come to the end of the session. We can sum it up. So here in the second session, we were discussing about affection, feeling of being related to the other. I can see the relatedness with the other after assuring trust and respect. Then I can ensure the continuity. Excellence is the understanding and living in harmony at all levels of being. In excellence, one helps to bring the other to his or her level. In competition, one avoids the other to come to his level. Reverence, the feeling towards the other person who has excelled in his life. Acceptance of the completeness of right understanding. That is reverence. Gratitude is the feeling for those who have made effort for my excellence. Now we discuss love. It's the complete feeling of being related to all. With the right feelings in me, when I am able to ensure this right feelings in me, I feel happy. I am able to rightly relate to the other and work for mutual happiness, for justice in relationship. Are we able to see this? So we can conclude the session here. Before that, we'll see the home assignments also. Suggest ways in which you can develop affection among different batches in your institute, students of the same batch. Make a list of people that you take inspiration from. Evaluate if they are living in harmony or making effort to do so. Evaluate the feeling you have for them. Is it over, under, otherwise evaluation? Evaluate if they are helping others to live in harmony. Note a few things that you would like to learn from them. List a few steps that you need to take to work for excellence. So 11.2 is related with your understanding on excellence. So you can think about some people whom you think they have excelled in their life. On the basis of right understanding, we need to consider it. Make a list of people in your family, in the college, and in larger society who are directly and indirectly participating in fulfilling your needs. What is your feeling for them? How is your interaction with them? What is your contribution to them in terms of understanding, feeling of physical facility? So this question is related with gratitude, and we have one more question related with love. You can distinguish between love and infatuation. What do you mostly think about? Love or infatuation or something else? Yes, I'll stop here. Thank you very much. We can go for the quiz. Yes, Bhaiya, over to you.